It's 5:30 and this is WKYT This Morning. Voters will see increased security at polls across the country. We'll see how the Justice Department is stepping up security.
Also, Kentucky voters will be weighing in today on a hard-fought U.S. Senate race. How Senator Rand Paul and his challenger Jim Gray are making a final push for votes.
And maybe you still have some questions this morning on what you need to know before you head out to the polls today. We'll share some helpful information to get you ready to vote.
This is WKYT This Morning.
And thank you for waking up the Kentucky way with WKYT This Morning. We're glad you're with us on Election Day. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Andrea Walker. It is Tuesday, November 8th. I know it's a day that a lot of people have been counting down to for a long time now.
Either eagerly or anxiously awaiting.
Exactly.
So we'll see. The polls open in less than half an hour now, so a lot to cover today. And we do want to check in with Micah. The weather looks good for voters.
It looks really good. And I'll tell you this, I cannot rule out a slight chance of rain later on this afternoon, but for the most part, the majority of the rain, the bulk of this rain, will come through later on this evening off into the night, so it won't really affect us there at the polls. But I still can't rule out a pop-up shower here or there during the afternoon hours. 46 degrees right now in Frankfort. It's one of those, if you're about to head out here in the next 30 minutes or so to go voting, as those polls do open up at 6 a.m. It'll actually feel quite cool, but later on this afternoon it feels quite nice. But that late rain chance moves on, and I'm going to take you hour by hour. I'll show you that. We'll also talk about these two fronts that are moving on through. Wednesday and Saturday look very cold. I'm going to show you how low we go coming up in about 10 minutes.
Okay, we'll see you then. Let's get to the news.
Voters casting their ballots today may notice increased security at polling sites across the country, especially in New York.
That city where both presidential candidates will be monitoring tonight's election results just a mile apart from each other after all of this raucous campaign. Hannah Daniels has the latest on Election Day security.
With Hillary Clinton at the Javits Convention Center and Donald Trump 15 blocks away at the Hilton Hotel in Times Square tonight, the NYPD and Secret Service say they are prepared for the massive security operation.
You're going to see a lot of police. They're going to see a lot of uniforms. They're going to see a lot of marked cars. So there's going to be a lot of police in New York City, and some of it you won't see.
The beefed up security comes after recent reports that terror groups might be planning a possible attack in New York and other parts of the U.S. in hopes of disrupting the election.
New York City will never be intimidated, never by threats of terror, nor by anyone who wants to do anything to disrupt our electoral process.
Polling places around the country will see increased security. In Los Angeles County, bomb-sniffing dogs were brought in to check the registrar's office hours before voting begins. The Department of Homeland Security is also bracing for the threat of possible cyber attacks. A cyber command center is being manned 24 hours a day. Arizona, Illinois, Florida, and nearly 24 other states have seen hacking attempts on their voter databases in the last few months.
It's really around creating doubt in democracy, doubt in the integrity of the election process.
Security experts say they don't believe a cyber attack could actually change the vote count, but they do say it could cause confusion. Hannah Daniels, CBS News.
Kentucky voters will weigh in on the hard-fought contest for U.S. Senate today.
Republican U.S. Senator Rand Paul and his Democratic challenger, Lexington Mayor Jim Gray, had a busy day of campaigning across the Commonwealth on Election Eve. WKYT's Lauren Miner is live at Harrison Elementary here in Lexington, where Gray will be voting later this morning. Good morning, Lauren.
Hey guys, good morning. Well, Harrison Elementary is one of the many places that you can come today and cast your vote. Polls open in just a little less than 30 minutes, and this is where Jim Gray is going to be to cast his vote. His competitor Rand Paul will be in his hometown of Bowling Green this morning to cast his vote. Now, Bill, as you said, both candidates on the campaigned throughout the day yesterday. They both agreed that there needed to be change in Washington, but disagreed on how it was going to get done. While in Lexington, Paul said that this was going to be a big year for conservatives because Kentuckians are sick and tired of big government. In Louisville, Gray said the only way to change Washington is to change the people we send up there.
You guys have brought us this far, and now what we know is every vote counts.
The one thing that our founding fathers understood was that power is a corrupting influence. That we don't want too much power centralized in Washington, We don't want too much power centralized in the hands of one person.
Plan on talking to Gray here when he shows up to vote. We're going to see how he's feeling about the election, and we're also going to see if he's jumping on the bandwagon to take a voting selfie. For now, reporting live in Lexington, Lauren Miner, WKYT.
Lauren, thank you. In the race for Kentucky's 6th congressional district, incumbent Republican Andy Barr is taking on Democratic challenger Nancy Jo Kemper. Barr has lots of ads critical of Kemper, who is a first-time candidate. Both made final pushes for votes on election eve.
This is our district. These are our people. These are our fellow citizens, and that's what I want people to see when I'm out knocking door to door.
We know we've got to fix our national debt problem. We've got to get our economy going again. We've got to make sure we rebuild our national security to keep the American people safe.
Both Barr and Kemper will watch election returns come in tonight at parties here in Lexington. Election day, of course, as we say, now just is here and just a few minutes away from those polls opening. Sure to be a busy day all across the country and, of course, here in the Commonwealth.
And you may still have some questions this morning. That's okay before you head to the polls, like where exactly you need to go. WKYT's Mike Meyer is live in Lexington this morning with some helpful information for voters. Good morning, Mike.
The countdown is on, Bill and Andrea. The polls open at the top of the hour, which is less than 30 minutes now. That's hard to believe. I'm at Henry Clay High School. It's one of many polling locations here in Fayette County. Now, there are some things you need to know before you come out to vote, and there are things you need to have with you. Make sure you bring a valid driver's license or passport or other form of identification that contains both a picture and signature. Kentucky's Secretary of State says polls tend to be the busiest during the morning and evening rush hours and at lunchtime, so you may want to take that into consideration. It's important to note that polls are open until 6 p.m. and as long as you're in line by 6 p.m. you will be allowed to vote. Now, officials ask for those voting to remain vigilant. If you suspect voter fraud, call the Attorney General's election fraud hotline immediately. And while you're voting, have a little fun with it. It is legal in Kentucky to take a selfie while in the voting booth. Now, if you plan on voting but don't know where to cast your ballot, you can find that information by going to GoVoteKY.com. Once again, that is GoVoteKY.com. And of course, we'll have all the information you need to know on WKYT.com. Live in Lexington, Mike Meyer, WKYT.
Mike, thank you very much. And of course, stay with WKYT throughout the day for complete election coverage. We will have special coverage on air, on live, and on Facebook. We'll have the first results on air when the polls close at 6 o'clock tonight. You'll also find a complete list of results on WKYT.com.
Long day ahead, and it's our pleasure to bring you all the coverage. Other news this morning, a group of teenage girls tell us that some workers at a Lexington restaurant assaulted them. They tell us they feel helpless.
They can scream racial slurs at someone, and they can do that to people, and they can treat someone that way, and it doesn't matter.
17-year-old Queen Gates says she and her friends were having a downtown photo shoot. They stopped into Portofino's to change clothes. That's when Gates says the manager, a white man, accused the girls of stealing a waitress's jacket. Gates tells us she showed the manager her bag and left the restaurant. But outside, Gates says the manager confronted the girls again and ended up punching one of Gates's friends in the face. Lexington police are investigating the possible assault. Right now, no one is facing charges. We've reached out to Portofino's, but we have not heard back from them.
New on WKYT this morning, Lexington police say 2 men used counterfeit coupons to get more than $13,000 worth of baby formula. Police say Gao Dongjiang and Tung Li Yao used fake coupons at the Kroger on Bryan Station Road. We're told the 2 men plan to take the formula back to New York and resell it. Both men are from New York. Police say they had about 200 coupons on them and in their cars, each worth $15. The men are both charged with engaging in organized crime. They're expected to be in court tomorrow.
New this morning, Lexington police say a man admits to starting a fire at an adult daycare. Police arrested John Mullins for the arson. They say he lit a cardboard box on fire. Firefighters were called to the new adult daycare at the corner of Armstrong Mill Road and Appian Way just after noon yesterday. They were able to get everyone out of the building safely. Police say Mullins admitted to setting the fire, and he's due in court tomorrow.
This morning, firefighters are still putting out a fire that damaged a Laurel County business. The fire started late yesterday afternoon in a storage building at Binge Farm Supply on East 4th Street in London. Firefighters tell us that dozens of barrels of hay inside that building kept fueling the fire. Crews say right now they don't think the fire is suspicious. They won't start their investigation until they can put out the fire. Crews told us they planned on staying overnight through this morning until they could get that fire out. They tell us no one was hurt and the main building was not damaged.
The time right now is 5:40, and new on WKYT this morning, a former Madison County teacher accused of having sex with a student agrees to a plea deal. Madison County court workers say Brandy Whitaker pleaded guilty to trying to get a student to have sex with her. The rape and sexual abuse charges against her have been dropped. Whitaker is expected to receive a 1-year sentence. She taught biology at Madison Southern High School, but resigned after being charged last year. A tractor-trailer driver is now facing charges after leading Kentucky State Police on a nearly 70-mile chase. Police say they tried to stop Hussein Ali for a random safety inspection near Bowling Green on I-65, but they say Ali would not pull over. They say they used spike strips to eventually stop the truck in Hardin County. They arrested Ali. They have charged him with fleeing and evading and wanton endangerment.
Well, if you're stressed out about today's election, doctors say you are definitely not alone.
Apparently it could affect your health. The American Psychological Association finds more than half of voters surveyed say the presidential election is a significant source of concern. And doctors say they have seen high levels of stress among both Democrats and Republicans. They say this kind of stress can lead to heart problems and even difficulty sleeping.
So a person may have uncontrollable anxiety, uncontrollable worry, uncontrollable fear that what is going to happen if A or B wins or loses.
Doctors suggest taking frequent breaks from social media, going for a walk, playing with a pet, and avoiding political debates with family and friends.
So snuggle up with your kitty and your puppy.
Something like trying to get your mind off
these big issues. You gotta step away sometimes.
Yeah, there you go. All right, 5:41 now on WKYT this morning as we check live drive traffic this morning and see what's going on. Here's a look at the region, and it looks good. We have no reports of any troubles this morning. We're doing a little bit of work on I-75 northbound there just south of Man of War this morning, restricting one lane, but it looks like everything is moving fine there.
And then let's take a look outside courtesy of the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government live drive camera. Right now we're looking at Winchester Road and Sir Barton Way. Everything seems to be moving smoothly on this election day.
And that haze out there is that smoke.
You could see
from
it,
the fires.
couldn't you?
Yeah, if you can smell it this morning, and still an issue, and certainly in a lot of our Commonwealth this morning that is a problem with those forest fires ongoing. 5:42 the time on WKYT this morning, and it's good to have you here on Election Day morning.
Still ahead on WKYT this morning, Australian police make a wild find in one woman's bag. They find a baby koala, and the woman goes to jail. Find out why after Micah's forecast.
And coming up next, we're going to be talking about this, not just the weekend cold spell. We have 2 shots at a cold spell rolling on in here. So here comes some fronts. How is that going to affect our Election Day plans? We'll have that coming up next.
Now, your hour-by-hour forecast with meteorologist Micah Harris.
We got a few showers on the way, but will it come during the time we're heading out to the polls? 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Polls open here in just 14 minutes, so we are about to get underway. Here's the look outside Defender Radar Network. Absolutely nothing going on this morning. So if you're heading out to the polls this morning, do not expect any rain. Just know you might have to take a light coat with you because it is a little bit chilly in some spots. 39 degrees right now in Somerset and Pulaski County. Good morning to you guys. Back toward Mount Sterling, work your way, say, into Bath County, Rowan County, Bourbon, Clark County, my friends there in Winchester. Good morning to you guys. Holding on to the 40s. It's 41 right now in Laurel County. So as we're going through your day, it's a cool start. There's no doubt about that. Through your day, though, here's the deal. 4, 5, 6 p.m. That's when I could see a slight chance of rain. Most of us stay dry. I would not expect rain. Just know there is that possibility for a stray shower. No thunderstorms expected, and as they pass on through, it should not affect us all that much during polling hours. It actually comes later on in the night, 9 p.m. to about 10 p.m. That's when I expect it to roll on through, and so most of that goes when we're asleep, so it won't really affect us that much. Get out and vote, and if you're trying to do that, temperatures will be right there in the mid-60s. Actually, it'll feel quite nice later on this afternoon. Here's the deal as we go overnight, though. Okay, remember I said the bulk of the rain rolls in overnight, moves out early Wednesday morning, and so most of Wednesday is actually dry. but it's much, much colder. It is going to be a cold day tomorrow with highs only in the upper 40s to lower 50s. Look at what this reading is coming in. 46 there in Prestonsburg, Jackson and Breathitt County coming in 47 degrees. Van Cleve area holding on to 47 degrees. It is a very, very chilly day for your day tomorrow. That is your first front we were talking about yesterday. Your second front comes toward the weekend. And so between that, kind of sandwiched in between Thursday and Friday, those are below average temperatures, but they're definitely not the coldest temperatures. Let me move out of the way. Check out Saturday. God, that does not feel good. I can already feel it. 46 degrees for a high. That means overnight lows will be very, very chilly. There will be some spots there in the upper 20s, but nonetheless, most of us will stay there in the 30s. That will give us the opportunity to reach our first freeze there for the weekend. We're pretty confident we'll have our first widespread frost. We've had some patchy spots in the past couple of weeks, but widespread, we're pretty confident that's going to happen this weekend. But are we going to see a freeze? That's another question to go with our weekend forecast. Weekend, Saturday is extremely cold. Do you have any plans, any events going on outside? Bundle up, put 2 coats on because it's going to be extremely cold.
We're kind of long overdue.
We
we can't complain too much because it's been so nice so far.
It is November.
Right,
we
it
should
is.
expect these cold spells.
Kind of get folks in the mood to begin their Christmas shopping
holiday
and so forth.
season.
That's true.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Micah, thank you so much. 5:49 on WKYT this morning. Australian police make an unusual find while searching a woman's purse. They found a baby koala.
Police in Brisbane said that
there.
when they asked the 50-year-old woman if she had anything to tell them on Sunday night, she handed over a zipped canvas bag. That's when police found the koala. It's so cute. The woman said she found the male koala the night before and was caring for him. Can't blame her for that. The little guy is so sweet. The woman was taken to a police station. She was arrested on outstanding matters. Police took the koala to a wildlife hospital. They say he's doing just fine. The baby koala weighs about 3 pounds and has been named Alfred.
Oh, she just wanted to help,
Honey,
right?
I would have been arrested too. I'm not mad at you. I would have done the same thing.
Well, a sweet little bear, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to have you on WKYT this morning on Election Day morning across America. And here in the Commonwealth, it is now 5:49.
Coming up, you'll get a look at the stories making news at this hour.
Also, we'll be keeping track of traffic today. Certainly going to be busy around those polling places and some health news and more. And it sure is good to have you with us here on WKYT. Hey, good morning. Welcome back in. WKYT this morning. Here we are live from Lexington with all the latest on Election Day morning at 5:53.
Let's take a look right now at some of the stories we're working on for you this morning.
Kentuckians will be weighing in today on the hard-fought contest for the U.S. Senate. Republican U.S. Senator Rand Paul and his Democratic challenger, Lexington Mayor Jim Gray, will both be casting their ballots this morning. They each say that they want to make changes in Washington. We expect to hear from Gray in the next half hour of WKYT this morning.
And the polls officially open in parts of Kentucky in just a few minutes. Now, before you go out to vote today, there are some things you need to know and you need to have with you. Be sure to bring a driver's license, passport, or other form of identification that contains both a picture and signature. Polls are open until 6 o'clock tonight, and as long as you are in line by 6 o'clock, you will be allowed to vote. Topping your national headlines this morning, Americans across the country, of course, are heading to the polls to decide who will be the next commander-in-chief.
And after hitting a number of states yesterday, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump made their final pitches overnight to voters in North Carolina and Michigan, respectively. Voters who gathered in Dixville, New Hampshire at the stroke of midnight have already given a lead to Clinton.
The Justice Department is deploying hundreds of people in 28 states to monitor the polls. Officials say the personnel are from the department's Civil Rights Division and will help enforce federal voting right laws. Trump has repeatedly urged his supporters to monitor the polls, claiming the election may be rigged.
The search continues in South Carolina for what could be more victims of alleged serial killer Todd Kohlhepp. Yesterday, authorities found a third body buried on Kohlhepp's 95-acre property, where a woman was found chained in a metal container last week. So far, the 45-year-old has been linked to at least 7 deaths.
It's 5:55 on your Tuesday, and a new study suggests that young cancer survivors may be living longer, but many still struggle with health issues. That tops your morning health headlines.
Doctors tracking 14,000 adult survivors of childhood cancers found that although survival rates have increased, patient health did not necessarily improve over time. Doctors in the UK report around 17% of women diagnosed with breast cancer have symptoms other than a lump. Researchers said women with breast abnormalities malaise, pain, and inflammation were slower to seek help than women who found a lump.
All right, let's get a check right now on today's traffic trouble spots with live drive traffic. Hopefully there aren't too many.
Let's see what's going on out there. Of course, it's going to be very busy around those polling places. Keep that in mind. Here is a look at travel times to and from Lexington this morning, and it looks really good if you're on the interstates or some of the main roads this morning. Good trip in from Nicholasville, Versailles, Paris, Winchester, Richmond, Mount Sterling. Everybody moving along fine out there.
All right, now let's fire up the Lexington Fayette Urban County Government live drive camera. Right now we're looking at News Circle and Georgetown. Everything moving smoothly on your Tuesday. Get out there and vote, people. You only have, what, 4 minutes till they open up.
They're going to be opening up. And again, keep in mind that today that, schools for the most part are closed, but there will be that traffic around those polling places.
Yes.
So everybody keep that in mind, and let's have courtesy and behave out there, right?
That's right.
On this election day. Now, let's check in with Micah right now for the election day weather.
Yeah, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it's a little bit chilly this morning. Grab that coat before you take off. You can get rid of it by the afternoon. If you are heading to vote this morning, no chance of rain. Later on this afternoon, I cannot rule out a slight chance of a pop-up shower or two, so that's really it. Other than that, it comes during the evening and nighttime hours. That's the rain. So when polls are closing and actually the numbers are coming on in, that's when the rain moves on in. So for the most part, we are dry today, mid-60s. Actually looks pretty good. So if you're heading out to vote, don't expect rain, but just know there's a slight chance later on today. We'll get back into that forecast hour by hour. Coming up with another hour of WKYT News in a couple of minutes.